Okay. Now, just must do this. And we must do this. Beer's getting out of control here. Jesus. Okay. Oh. Stop. Okay. Ah. Hello. Hey. Sweet. Alright, this is pretty good. Yeah, really what I want to do is just get burned by shit before I'm supposed to start the instant. Great. Oh, fuck. You bitch. What you doing over here? $420. Not good. Okay. Fine. Why does it fucking face you the wrong way? Bunch of bullshit. What's this guy even do, huh? Nothing. Okay, I don't know what any of those do, so we skipping it. What happens now? Wait. What is this? What is happening? Oh, is this gonna, like, kill me or something? What is this place? Oh, I gotta activate all salvage. All right, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. What even is... Hey, what? What you doing? Correct. Where the hell? Ah, okay. No. Oh, I gotta go. Shit. All right, I'll be fine. Whoa. What the fuck? Uh-oh. 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 All right. Well. Now I can say I've been to that area. Just the one, huh? Banner. That's something. I think that was actually going to hit me. Where the fuck? Oh. Well, I went the long way. Wait, how the fuck? You know what? I'm going up this way. Not entirely sure how you're supposed to get up here normally. Oh. Taking the walkway up here. Got it. No. I don't even think I've ever actually been up here. Ah, what a whiff. Cheesing it. Whoa. Fucking where, dude? Ah. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Get me out of there. Here, I want the fat stack of cash. I have to do better than that. Ah. Hey, help me out, beetle bitch. Fuck. Hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. All right. What a whiff of a fucking R. Oh, I might grab that. Oh, much better choice. Go get some free money. Right, don't fuck that up. Fuck you, dude. Go with sunglasses. Damn it. Eh. All right, so we got right there and over there. Move your fat fucking head out of my way. All right, I think we probably want that. Probably want that. Okay, okay, okay. All right, let's fucking run. Oh. Nice. I didn't know he could collect stuff too. That's sick. Can. Oh. Yeah, is that so, you little bitch? Damn it, it doesn't go through him. Fuck. That's a little bit unfortunate. Yeah. I'm gonna chance it. I mean, it's something, but not what I wanted. Ah, shit. Yes. No. Haha. Stupid. Done fucked yourself up there. Oh. Yeah, no, really sweet spawn. I'm gonna die. Dude, by a fucking little wisp. Ah, man. Balls. Trying to decide something. Hold on. Um. God. So there. Fucking nerds, dude. Go away. I don't know why those ones get pushed so fucking... Where'd he even go? Yikes. They call that a whiff. Bullshit. Give me a fucking enemy then. Oh, dude. Hey. Okay, I'll take that. Oof. We have obtained some items. Oh. Come on. Great. Holy shit. All right, let's go. Little bitch ass. Whoop. Oh, you bitch. Oh, I'm clear now. This. Grab them sunglasses, most likely. This is actually a really good starting setup. Who pinged me? No one. Okay. Caught up. Back to the damn game. Fuck am I doing? Ugh. What do they like? Where do they disappear to when they do? Very confused. Why are there so many of these things? Okay, so one thing right there. Right there. Something, I guess. Oh, $20. Fuck. Then. God, dude. This shit is so hard to fucking use. Dude, fuck, man. Oh. Oh my god, I cannot aim today. Oh my god, see, I'm dead. Alright, okay. Ow. No! Oh, damn it. Oh, don't jump in the shit. Fucking Christ. Later, nerds. Fuck these things. Oh no! Huh. Man. Dude. Fuck's sake. God, what a shit spawn. Over. This run is over. Fuck. Can't say I'm surprised. Fuck me. All right, hold on. Yo, what's up, Albert? Not too much. Spent the last hour and a half just doing some solo Risk of Rain runs. Right now, I'm downloading the gameplay demo for Resident Evil Village. Brought your friend today. Who's your friend? Ah. Okay. Me. Hello there, market trader. Must be German. How goes it? Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. No more question. All right. Actually, in anticipation of this, I'm going to go ahead and stop the game. Do a little bit of Googling before we start chatting. Oh, I didn't ask a question. It's all good. I was going to ask your friend a question or two, but since they are on a call, or he is on a call, I will wait. Oh, yeah. Is there a way to increase my volume? My volume quiet? I don't have my mic turned down at all. Your pronouns are dude and bro. Got you, bro. Hell yeah. Okay. So, let's see. No, no, no. All right, no problem. Also, let me get my sweet backing track here. All right, nice. Was on your side? Fair enough. It's all good. Okay. Any chance you can send that to me? Like, do you have a Discord that I could add you and have you send that to me? I can link a Discord. What? All right. All right. Let me see. Yeah. There we go. Add me, punk. No way, I posted it first. You gotta add me. You don't get to pass the buck. I'll see if it's all good. I'll add you. All right, hold on. Oh god, here we go. Yep. Bam. Sent. Dude. Whoop. All right. Block. Kidding. All right, send that shit my way. I'm gonna have to make a fucking Discord server of my own, aren't I? I'm gonna ask people questions. I'm gonna put a specific section for people who have legal questions, and I'm gonna tell them it's gonna cost you $20 per question. And I'll just start rolling in the cash. Yep, sounds good. Okay. Yeah, you gotta, yeah, you can. Nope, $20. I ain't no hooer. Yeah, no, that's how you rope them in. I get you, yeah. Yes, can you tell me, Albert, your Discord name? And then the hashtag 4 numbers at the bottom left of your Discord client. Ooh. Also, if it's any indication, not to worry about fees, I've done like 500 hours worth of streaming and made $6. I've spent significantly more than that on building my fucking stream. So I'm not worried about people asking me legal questions. Alberto. Oh. My bad. Okay, let's see. By in between recipient, yes. Okay, so one thing that is immediately missing. Yes, I'm looking at the PDF. I was going to ask you. Oh, okay, you added me. Where'd it go? Here we go. Accepted. Okay, now let me see if I can pull you into our convo. Hold on one second. All right, there we go. It's all good. So one thing that I notice is missing right at the outset is a whereas section. Is this something that I am free to show on screen, or do you want it to be like personal? Is this something that, like, I don't want to, like, talk about this stuff if it's not something you're comfortable with broadcasting. I know we're talking about it in chat, but I'd rather ask than just assume that. Take that, Albert. Okay. Where are we anyways? Holy. Oop. Now, let's, here, hold on. Yeah, I knew that. I just didn't know if, like, you wanted anyone knowing the substance and, like, what you're aiming for. Okay, so with that in mind, the first thing I notice is this is missing a whereas, and it goes right about here. So the whereas section is basically just to establish what exactly it is you're going for in a very paraphrased manner, to say we're entering into this agreement because recipient wants this to happen and donor wants this to happen or to not happen, and that's the basis for entering into this contract in the first place. So you absolutely want to put that in there, because it's basically your short synopsis of what's the point of this agreement in the first place. What's the gist? And it's to make sure that before you even get into the technical terms, you've set forth what the parties are thinking in their head. Okay? That way, so long as it's written clearly, if it were to become an issue that involved the court system and attorneys or anything like that, it's literally written into the document what you were going for in a basic sense. That way, when both of the parties or all of the parties have signed it, you know what the point of the thing is, and therefore, even if any of the technical terms are a little bit ambiguous or unclear or vague, we can resort to the whereas section and say, okay, this is what they were going for, even if it wasn't artfully drafted as such. So make sure you add that in there, even if it's only 1 or 2 clauses. Add something in there. Let's see. Clause of the agreement is separate and divisible. Yep. Severability clause right out of the gate. Usually the severability clauses go at the end, but that's perfectly fine. Donor has agreed to provide semen to recipient for the purpose of artificial insemination. Okay. And has agreed to provide up to 7 donations. Definition. What is a donation? I know that seems obvious as we sit here and chat about it. Make sure that shit's clear. I'm not sure exactly how clear you can get with that. And I think the purpose is sort of understood, but I would clarify it by just a bit. Okay, so now we have the donor will receive compensation in the form of $1,000 from recipient after the first donation has been delivered by donor. Delivered. Hold on. Yeah, delivered where and to whom? Oof. Okay. Yeah, we got. Well, hey, you don't have to tell me. I mean, I don't mind you telling me. I'm pretty open when it comes to basically everything about life, including the human body and sexuality. But yeah, those are the types of things you want to write in there, right? What What does donation actually mean? Is there more than one way to make a donation? What's the volume of said donation? I don't know, right? What's the frequency of the donations? What's the time frame of the donations, right? About 1 million questions. And by the way, this is why contract drafting can be so expensive, because you got to continue to ask yourself questions until you can't think of any more questions. So, going back to it, I like the severability. I would clarify donations. And here, by the way, here's why. You just pointed out a hole. You just poked a hole in this contract. The contract says artificial insemination. It does not say natural insemination. You just told me it could be a cup donation. It could also be a natural attempt, which would be natural insemination. Oh, fuck, you might run yourself into a problem there if she says, well, wait a second, the contract says artificial. We fucked. You are bound to this. I would clear that one up too. Is the $1,000 the total payment to be contemplated? If that's the case, make sure that's clear. So you'll get your $1,000 as an upfront payment after. Yeah, exactly. You definitely don't want that loophole. Okay. So she pays all expenses. Is that written into here? And I don't know, because I'm going line by line. But let me make notes. Hold on. Do I even have Word on this shit? I think I do. Hey, listen. Again, to each their own. Know what I mean? I personally have no problem with what the hell you guys are talking about. Where the fuck is Word? I do not have it. Okay, but just give me the fucking notepad. Stupid. But they have it just under... Oh, fuck. They have it just under office? Oh, I mean... There's this. I don't think I even have this. Yeah, I don't even use that. Fuck it. Okay, notepad it is. No problemo. Hold on one second. Let me also... Okay. Oh, fuck. I still have my BRB sitting there. What's wrong with you guys not pointing that out? Okay. Okay, so I would definitely clarify that the $1,000 is the first and final payment to be made in exchange for the entire agreement. Each party acknowledges and agrees that through the procedure of artificial and or natural insemination, is it recipient is attempting to become pregnant, is our intent. It is the party's intent. Don't say our in the contract. It is the party's intent. Shall continue until conception occurs or until no longer desired by recipient. Or until 7 donations have been provided. Right? Now you've got ambiguity between the terms. And let me tell you, as the one drafting the contract, If there is ambiguity between terms, now this is I'm speaking in terms of Indiana law, so I'm not sure where exactly you are and how your state's laws might differ, but I want to point something out for you to consider. If contract terms are ambiguous and cannot be reconciled between each other, as the drafter in Texas moving to Chicago, okay, as the drafter, at least in Indiana, the terms are construed against you, which means the court will pick whichever of the ambiguous and irreconcilable clauses is most beneficial to the person who did not draft the contract. So be careful of that one as well. So it is our intent that such insemination shall continue until conception occurs, or until no longer desired by recipient, or until all 7 donations have been provided, at which point you are no longer locked into providing any further donations. Seems like that might be obvious going back to clause 2, but they're ambiguous and you don't want to get screwed there. Allie, this is good. Okay. Each party acknowledges and agrees that this agreement and all its clauses will be enforced, regardless of method and date of conception. Okay, that's perfectly fine so long as you go natural or artificial insemination, because then the method is either or and the date is whenever. Now, if you're both perfectly okay with it being an undefined period of time, like, hey, whenever we provide 7 donations or what have you, it could be 10 years, or it could be 10 days, or it could be 10 hours. Well, yeah, okay. I mean, you can say will be enforced regardless of method chosen or method used. Well, hey, I'm just trying to open as many doors as possible so that we make sure we shut as many of them as possible. Let's see. Okay. Each party acknowledges and agrees that donor will provide. Donor hasn't provided it by the time of the signing of the contract. Donor will provide his semen for the purpose of insemination and does and will do so with the clear understanding that he will not be subject to any responsibilities, financially or otherwise, comma, that have to do with the insemination process. All fees for legal counsel, testing, collection, storage, processing, travel, or any other fee that may be incurred by recipient or be incurred in the process will be paid for by the recipient. There you go. Each party acknowledges and agrees that recipient has relinquished any and all rights that she might otherwise have to hold donor legally, financially, or emotionally responsible for any children or medical expense that results from conception with donor sperm. Okay, legally, financially, emotionally. What does emotionally responsible mean? Each party acknowledges and agrees that recipient will use the semen donations provided by donor only for the conception of her own offspring. Yep. Well, no, I know that. But I'm just saying, without defining emotional responsibility, I don't know what that means in the contract, right? I get the legally and financially for sure. What are you doing? I mean, you could, I suppose, but it is technically easier the way you're doing it right now because I have I have a 2 PC, 2 monitor setup. So I got chat on my streaming PC, and this is this is my gaming PC. Okay, yeah, we're good. When? All right. I mean, yeah, I think a slight delay is somewhat inevitable, right? Okay. So with this clause right here, recipient agrees that if there are any unused donations or that he no longer desires to maintain or to keep the donations in storage, the donor may resume ownership and responsibility for any storage fees for said donations. I mean, yeah, that one's a little bit off. Recipient agrees that if there are any unused donations and she no longer desires or let's say that, and or she no longer desires to keep the donations under storage, the donor may resume ownership and responsibility for any storage fees. Something like that. Each party acknowledges and agrees that the sole authority to name any child resulting from conception That's fair. Yeah, just reword it a little bit better. Yep. Each party acknowledges blah, blah, blah with sperm, so rests with the recipient. The recipient agrees not to give any child the last name of the donor. That's a good one. Each party acknowledges and agrees that donor will not be named on the birth certificate of any child born from the recipient. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Oof. Okay. I'm brainstorming. Hold on. Okay, so what I just noted is, so recipient, there's a clause for recipient relinquishing rights specifically. There's not a clause for the donor relinquishing rights specifically. I would definitely make sure that goes in. So the donor, relinquishes any and all rights he might otherwise have to hold recipient legally or financially or emotionally responsible for anything basically in connection with this agreement. And then there's no penalty written in here for the breach. For example, let's say they start harassing you and your family. That would obviously be a breach of, what is it? Right here. Yeah, breach of clause 15. Question then is, so what? Right? What are you going to do? Now, there's another issue with choice of law. I think you should be careful with that. And I think there should also be a dispute resolution clause in there. These are just my thoughts as we go, but depending on when you intend to execute this agreement and start performing pursuant to the agreement, it might be a good idea for you to reach out to an actual attorney, like an attorney who actually practices in this realm. I'm just brainstorming all of the things that I can think of based on what I know about contracts. But I imagine you might want to be a little bit more thorough than that with something that is as potentially consequential as this. Yeah, the penalties are typically financial. Yeah. I mean, you want to talk about any monetary damages, you want to talk about, oh yeah, no problem. You might want to introduce the possibility of seeking an emergency injunction or restraining order to prevent whatever the breach is. Because, if they keep talking about this in the wrong light and making you look bad in whatever way they might, or in whatever way someone might do that, there's got to be a penalty first off to disincentivize that from happening, and there's also got to be a remedy to make sure it stops as quickly as possible. So make sure you put some thought into that as well. I think that's pretty much what I've got so far. I'm open to taking some questions about this whole thing, and I can tell you what I know to the best of my ability. But before we do that, I gotta pee, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Q&A sesh or what? Okay. Generally speaking, what makes a contract legally binding is that it accurately represents the intent of the parties, and it establishes a meeting of the minds as to what the terms are. There has to be an offer and consideration. It can't just be, we're signing a contract, I'm giving you $500 10 years from now. That's what, okay, that's the offer. What's the consideration for the $500? So meeting of the minds, offering consideration, and then showing of an acceptance of the offer and consideration by both of the parties. Generally speaking, that's what makes a contract valid and enforceable. I don't know if this type of contract must be notarized, which is why it would be a good idea to reach out to an attorney who actually practices this stuff. And even doing what we've been doing right now might save you a decent bit of money when you do reach out to an attorney about it, because an attorney who practices in family law or surrogacy law and all that stuff is going to have much more familiarity with any applicable laws that I may not be aware of when I'm going through and, you know, just putting my contract brain to work. There is an advantage to using private arbitration in that it is, generally speaking, much cheaper and more time efficient than, you know, if you go to, or if you just put in there, you know, we'll sue you in a court, you know, because then you're going to have to get attorneys, unless you're real dumb, to be a pro se litigant on an issue as big as this. So yeah, the general pro to arbitration is just that it's cheaper and faster. It's a good way to get it out of the way. Well, it doesn't necessarily have any implications so long as the contract is clear that the parties are agreeing to a specific state's choice of law. So that's why I wrote in there, you want a choice of law provision, and you want it to be based, you want that state to be the state whose laws you're relying upon when you draft and enter into the agreement. So you can be from two different states and say, you know what, we're going to apply the law of Timbuktu. Even though neither of us lives in Timbuktu, we want to be held by that law. And you can do that. So it just depends on what you agree to. Good questions, by the way. Ha! Beer's defective. Brought a fully functional one. No. So, okay. So stop as soon as you say, if I wanted. If you want it to be arbitrated by a private party and you want the recipient to agree to the same, You write that shit in there. Specify it. Every time. If you say, I want X, that X better be written into the damn contract. And for the record, I say this speaking as someone who fucks people over sometimes when they don't write that shit in there. If I were her lawyer, how would I change it to favor her? I feel like that's a little bit too open-ended a question. I mean, one way to favor her would be to pay less than $1,000, you know? If you make 7 donations and they turn out that it turns out that none of them were actually viable donations, maybe there's a penalty against you. Maybe her lawyer might try and write something like that in. Maybe there's an additional clause in there that says not only are the donor and her what would you call them? Her everybody else she associates with shouldn't be talking about this shit. Okay, well that's okay. So, you just pointed out another thing. So, if you're using a specific service and you want it to be, whoa, hey, what the hell?
Your market trader
Thank you for the
donated $10,
man. No problem.
Thanks for your input,
I appreciate
man.
that. Holy shit! Look at that. I've made $16 in 500 hours. Hell, you didn't have to do that, man. Thank you. But now to go back to what I was saying, don't let me forget shit. If you're using a specific service and you want to make sure that that service continues to be used because they test the sample for viability before they store it, for example, write it in there. Write it into the contract that I'm providing donations to this specific service or this company or this organization, and she will make the pickups from that specific organization unless the method is natural insemination. By the way, you can't guarantee the efficacy of a natural insemination, right? I mean, unless you already had all your shit tested and it turns out like 100% of the time you're firing the most prime shit of all time. In which case, props, my dude. I have no idea what that means. But hell yeah. I mean, I have a general notion as to what it means, but I don't know for sure. Dude, what total mobile count? Oh, motile, right? Motile. Motility. A total motile count of over 20 million is considered normal. Okay. 250. Dang. Oh, it does say, though, even if you have more than 20 million, it may not result in a higher chance of pregnancy because it depends on the other half of the equation. Well, see, I would also write that in then. That neither party, I would write in there that the donor makes no guarantees as to the viability of any donation provided. Yep, basically. And that's, you know, not to say you're gonna give her like shit you put in a can for a week, and obviously is bunk shit, but yeah, something along those lines. So what is capability of movement? Interesting. The ability of an organism to move independently. There we go. So that's the difference between motility and mobility. Interesting. Ability of an organism to move independently using metabolic energy. Huh. Cool. Okay. All right, what do we think? Any other questions? We probably, I mean, we've done a pretty good job so far. I wouldn't say that our conversation is complete and complete and final, but yeah. So I'm nowadays I primarily practice insurance defense, and you learned a lot too. Hey, that's a win-win-win. That's exactly the type of shit I'm hoping for in my stream. I know that this stuff is generally boring for most people, but you know, you come to people like us when you get yourself in sticky situations. Another sperm joke. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad. See, I personally really enjoy this like thought-provoking type of shit, and it drives me insane that most people hate it. So hard to talk to people who just can't. Yeah, I should do stand-up. No, nope. I'm good off the cuff, but I don't want to be an actor comedian, that's for sure. But anyways, going back, I primarily do insurance defense and personal injury on the plaintiff side as well. And workers' comp a tiny bit, discrimination a little bit. That stuff I enjoy for reasons that Albert should probably already know based on our last conversation. And I'm happy to go into that again as well. Hey, thank you for the follow as well. I can't believe you felt the urge to give me money before the follow even. Oh man, the follow would have done, but by the way, no refunds. I also do tort litigation, which involves contracts a lot. Contracts are basically ubiquitous to life if you're doing anything of any consequence. So I'm pretty familiar with that type of stuff. I consider myself to be really, really good at analysis and interpretation of contracts and laws. So there's that. I also do intellectual property like copyrights and trademark registrations. I did more of that at the last firm I practiced at before we relocated to a new area. But those are the main ideas. Real estate as well, landlord tenant stuff, you know, all that. Oh, I also do wage claims stuff, which is pretty cool because you can get not only your unpaid wages, but you can get liquidated damages in the amount of double those wages on top of it, which basically treble damages of triple whatever your unpaid wages are and your costs and your attorney's fees. So that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, I mean if you're engineering software, you have to have a logically oriented mind and thought process, and that bodes pretty well for being a lawyer. Now, what I've learned about the legal practice is there are other aspects of it that I just don't like that much, given my personality and my character. But I will always appreciate my, oh, am I? INTJ? I don't know. You know my type better than I do? Let me see. I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, what's the, okay, 16 personalities. Let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and can the notes. All right, let's take this fucking test. Why not? Yes, it can. All right, well, the test is done. Yeah, that's me. Okay. Yeah, let's take the test anyways. If it doesn't show, wait, what's the difference between INTJ A and T? I just want to read this for a second and then just be like, oh fuck. Oh yeah, I know. You know what? And as I think about this, it may be better for me to take it off stream. But I do want to read this, and I'll tell you if these are things that I've absolutely thought about before or not. Let's see. Rational and quick-witted for sure. Architects may struggle to find people who can keep up with their nonstop analysis of everything around them on a daily fucking basis. Personalities can be both the boldest of dreamers and the bitterest of pessimists. All right, I'm not taking this fucking test. I already know the answer. Architects believe that through willpower and intelligence, they can achieve even the most challenging goals. Yeah. But they may be cynical about human nature more generally, assuming that most people are lazy, unimaginative, or simply doomed to mediocrity. Holy fuck. Yeah, I think you made a decent guess. Yeah. Just in that little bit of time, too, for sure. Architects derive much of their self-esteem from their knowledge. Let me change the title. Hold on. I gotta change everything here. Do. All right, hold on. Just chatting. Okay, good. All right. Architects derive much of their self-esteem from their knowledge and mental acuity. In school, people with this personality type have been called bookworms or nerds. I don't know about... See, I don't know that I would call myself a bookworm, although I do read as a profession. Maybe I am. Ah, fuck. All right, maybe I am. I know I'm a nerd, but... You know. Yeah, that's fair. Yep. They're confident in their ability to teach themselves about and master any topic that interests them. Yep. Oh, this is not true, but I like the message. So you're not entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to your informed opinion. No one is entitled to be ignorant. I disagree with that based on my philosophy on life. I think people are generally speaking entitled to be whatever the fuck they want to be, even if that is a piece of shit person or an idiot or an asshole or what. Pick something, right? I think you're entitled to be whatever you want to be. You don't have to be informed either, but just don't be surprised. There it is. But don't be surprised when I push back on your dumbass, uninformed ignorance. Architects can be single-minded with little patience for frivolity, distractions, or idle gossip. Oh, man. Oh. Yep. That said, it would be a mistake to stereotype these personalities as dull or humorless. Yeah, see? Thank you. Because I'm fucking hilarious. Many architects are known for their irreverent wit, and beneath their serious exteriors, they often have a sharp, delightfully sarcastic sense of humor. Thank you. Thank you. I thought so too. Other people mistake the sarcasm for being an asshole. All the fucking time. Architects question everything. This is it. Right here. Yeah. This is it. Man, yeah, holy fuck. I also slightly disagree with this sentence, although I partially agree and partially disagree. So in their quest to find better ways of doing things, they aren't afraid to break the rules or risk disapproval. That is very true. I don't agree with this. In fact, they rather enjoy it. I hate the fucking disapproval. The reason I hate the disapproval is because I'm always on a quest to find better ways of doing things and better ways of thinking about things and better ways of interacting with things and others. And I fucking hate it when people disapprove of my attempts. I hate that shit. Because why is this such a difficult thing to understand and even agree with, even if you don't do the same thing? But because people don't do the same thing, and because it runs contrary to their own systems, they disapprove of it. And I fucking hate it. Yep. Yep. So this, by the way, this stuff is like, oh man, this explains my struggle with streaming so well. Kind of bonkers. Oh man. Heaven help anyone who tries to slow them down by enforcing pointless rules or offering poorly thought out criticism. Oh, yep. Oh yeah. By the way, I know my personality type now. This is so on point, it's ridiculous. I'll explain it to you. Yeah. Oh, come on now. Yeah. Yep. Architects aren't known for being warm and fuzzy. I can be, just not my default. They tend to prioritize rationality and success over politeness and pleasantries. Not so much politeness. I'll skip pleasantries sometimes, but I always try to be polite. Sometimes it is really difficult to do so, but I always try to be polite because in my experience, what is it? What's the saying? More flies with, yeah, right? Yeah, you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. There you go. So, personally, I think that if anyone is likely to change their mind, it is not under the auspices of contention and impoliteness. So I think it's much better to be polite for as long as you can, and for as long as you can stand to do so. If you're trying to change or positively influence someone's way of thinking, especially if that way of thinking is misguided or misinformed. Oh man, that's unfortunate. May explain why so many fictional villains are modeled on this personality type. Whoops. Because architects value truth and depth, any common social practices, from small talk to white lie, may seem pointless or downright stupid to them. Yep. As a result, they may inadvertently come across as rude or even offensive when they're only trying to be honest. At times, architects may wonder if dealing with other people is even worth the frustration. Anyone still here? Are you guys just listening to my brain exploding? Can you hear that through the mic? Okay, making sure I'm not just talking to myself. Yeah, okay, I'm glad. I mean, you nailed this. This is insane. This is insane. Well, like any personality type, architects do crave social interaction. They just prefer to surround themselves with people who share their values and priorities. Yes and no. This is where I diverge a tiny bit. Again, I think generally speaking, I'm definitely looking for people who share my values for learning and growth and successes and things like that. But I also do always want to hear opposing voices, because I don't know fucking everything, you know? So just a minor divergence once again. Often they can achieve this just by being themselves. Yeah. Yeah, so by being myself, I think I've driven more people away than pulled people that are similar to me in, by a long shot. Yeah, I don't even know about that. This is where I've been struggling, genuinely. When architects pursue their interests, their natural confidence can draw people to them. I have not seen that all that much. I've seen it before, but I feel like the more I turn into what the rest of this description thus far has led me to being an INTJ, the less people have been drawn to me. I'm glad to have drawn you in. I appreciate that. But that's the thing. You're one, you know? It's one of the crazy things when it comes to social media and streaming is it fucking baffles me that even right now I have like 58 or 59 followers or something like that, and I can't get one fucking person to come in half the time. I don't understand it, because I put, like, this is me pursuing one of my interests hardcore, like the lighting that you see, something I did. I went and bought this camera instead of just I started with a webcam, and then shortly thereafter bought a nice camera to use because I'm interested in this shit. I bought an actual microphone to, you know, make my own voice sound clearer. I have all of this setup stuff. Yeah, production value stuff. Like, this was all a part of me pursuing this interest and saying, fuck, I want to learn about this shit. Having the Stream Deck so that I can do shit like this, and the scene changes and all this stuff. Like, I put a lot of this stuff, or I put a lot of effort into all of this stuff, and it has not drawn people to me. I mean, except for, you know, at the outset, generally speaking, people will go like, oh man, you got a really positive vibe, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna follow you, and then they fucking never come back. Oh, it's so frustrating for someone like me who puts so much effort into this shit. Like, I feel like I'm spinning my wheels even though I'm making progress. It's insane. I hate it. Anyways. Perfect. Good. See? Yes. Fantastic. Feel free to ask me legal questions whenever you want. Personality type is full of contradiction. Architects are imaginative yet decisive, ambitious yet private. Yeah, and curious yet focused. Yep. Well, good, because I already know I'm not a normie, and I am perfectly okay with who I am. It just pisses me the fuck off how few people are genuinely okay with who I am. Like it, and I think, you know, as this type of personality, that is an inherent truth that I have to learn to accept and move through. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm just going to have less relationships with people because most of what other people would consider to be perfectly healthy and satisfying relationships are neither healthy nor satisfying to me. So I just, like, I gotta, now that I understand that this is the way I am and I can't go backwards, I have to learn how to adapt with it. And that's been a part of my ongoing process. But fuck, does it put me in a shitty piece of shit garbage mood sometimes. $31. This is very true though, and I actually had a conversation with my sister and my mom a week or two ago. I think it's a couple of weeks ago at this point, about my frustrations with life in general. And my sister is also a psychologist. She does more child psychology stuff, but she's a smart chick, and we get into these intellectual back and forths from time to time, and I absolutely love it. I have a fantastic relationship with my sister, and I was sort of expressing to her how frustrating it is to live the experience that I live, and she started, like, she got this red flag about, you know, the S word, and I was like, no, no, don't mistake here. I would never do that, because I also understand the impact of that type of decision, and I'm not a fucking quitter. The rest of my life up to this point will tell you that. But she got a little bit of a red flag, which I understand, and I told her, no, don't worry about me. You know, I'll be frustrated for probably a long time. You know, I'll be frustrated more frequently than other people are, but I'm never gonna just give up. I'll always try something different. I'll never give up. I'll just try something else until something breaks and something starts working. And then when something else isn't working, then I'll change it until I figure out what is working. So I definitely agree with that. I'm curious what these strengths and weaknesses are. Rational, yep. Informed, generally speaking, yep. Independent, as all fuck. This is one of the things. Yeah, okay. I already know where this is going to go with cons because I'm living it. Let's see. Determined. Yep. Curious. Yep. Yes, here we go. One of my favorite aspects. This is what makes me a centrist moderate. Hey. Oh, wait. Even open to changing their own opinions when the facts prove them wrong. I'm a very fact-based person. And I don't mean the Ben Shapiro fucking facts don't care about your feelings position. I'm a very facts-based person for sure. It just so happens that I understand more facts related to mental and emotional health as well than most people who consider themselves very fact-based are aware of. So true. Arrogant. I had this. I work against this constantly, like every day, all day. I constantly try not to be arrogant nowadays because that is a terrible, terrible trait regardless of your personality type. Same thing with dismissive of emotions. Frankly, I am extremely in tune with my emotions. And so generally speaking, I'm very well aware of other people's emotions too. I consider myself to be. Now, sometimes my emotions will blind me to those emotions, but I'm generally really, really quick on picking up on them once my own emotions have sort of subsided just a little bit or calmed down. So I also try not to be dismissive of emotions. MBTI hashtagged. Well, like one of the... Wait, like in the stream title? Yeah. But I mean, like, are you saying put a hashtag MBTI in the title? Like my title says, what personality type am I? I think we know now. Okay, I don't know if you can do... Yeah, you can't do it on the Twitch tags. LBGBBQ. Yeah, okay. Well, there's no there's no tag for it, but I can do MBTI. I don't know if hashtags in the title work, but I'll do it anyways. Okay. Overly critical? Definitely. And I'm not good at changing that shit. I try to, but it's really hard. This doesn't track for me. I'm sure it does track for others because there's the qualifier here often. I don't think I'm scathingly critical, but I do think I, like, let's say in terms of human interactions, I'm very critical of how people interact with each other because I think that the way most people interact with each other is just dog shit. I think people are such fucking assholes to one another so often without even realizing how shitty they're being. And I have no patience for that. I just don't. So I'm pretty good at being scathingly critical when people are being inconsiderate of others, including myself. And also, my rules for becoming scathingly critical are generally not based on arbitrary standards. They're more standards of common decency and respect and courtesy and all that. This, no doubt, architects hate blindly following anything without understanding why. Yep. This includes restrictions and the authority figures who impose them. Yep. People with this personality type can get caught up in arguing about useless rules and regulations. Sure. But sometimes these battles are distractions from more important matters. Yeah, I mean, I can see how that is possible. This is also not me at this point, just because I know well enough that the effects that my personality has on relationships that I have and engage in, including the romantic aspects of them. So understanding that I can be overly critical and all of these other things, tiny bit dismissive of emotions every once in a while. I try to combat that to the best of my ability so that I don't just fit this to a T and say, well, I am who I am. You can't change me and I can't change me. I think that's a bullshit cop-out excuse that people tell themselves and others all the time. I think it's garbage. Yeah. Yep. So I have a feeling most of this romantic relationship stuff is going to be what was accurate, but not so much anymore. People with the INTJ personality type approach romance the way they do most challenges, strategically with clear-cut goals and a plan for reaching them. Yeah. Yeah. See, I totally understand the unpredictability of human nature and affection, that's for sure. For these personalities, finding a compatible partner can be a particular challenge. I've already found one. Rarely satisfied with things as they are, architects are always developing a world in their minds that is more perfect than reality. That's, well, yeah. Fair. That's an understandable trap. Yep. Architects care about depth and intelligence, and they insist on honest, open communication. Yep. For them, a relationship that isn't founded on these values is hardly worth pursuing. Yep. Might not come as a surprise, then, that the social niceties and obscure etiquette of dating can seem useless or even insulting to architect personality types. No, I mean, I'm okay with the social niceties and obscure etiquette. I'm totally all right with that to an extent, although I do find some of it boring. Yeah. As they mature and gain experience, many architects eventually come to understand the purpose of romantic rituals. Yep. Till that point, however, they may decide that dating is too irrational or beneath them. Yeah, I never got to that point, and I'm thankful of that. Oh yeah, no, that is not me at all. That's also not. So sometimes architects' best strategy is to focus on what they enjoy rather than the struggle against the rules of dating. And I would say the rules of intimate relationships, I do both. I just try to balance my enjoyment of other things with the practice of better engaging in intimate or romantic relationships. Yeah. Okay, still confused here. Ironically, people with this personality type are often most attractive when they aren't trying to be. Yeah, test as an ISTP. I'll have to look into that one next. Oh, this is a good one. Most architects spend more time thinking about love than expressing it. No doubt. No doubt. So, all right. Okay, hold on. Wait, I gotta pull the notepad back up. I wanna look that shit up too. I've never gone through and really tried to find out my personality type, but now my curiosity is piqued. So INTP, yeah, I will. I'll do it on stream too. I just want to take a note of what two things or two combos you just wrote out just to see what happens. Okay. Yep. All right, so before we get to the friendships and beyond stuff potentially, let's take this motherfucker, all right? Regularly make new friends. Spend a lot of my free time exploring various random topics that pique my interest. Yep. It can. I think it depends. Yeah, it can. I would say the odds are a tiny bit better than neutral. Well, wait a second. Let me think about this. Okay, so the qualifier here is easily. I think it really depends. Yeah. I mean, a backup plan for a backup plan, I think, is a little bit. I mean, shit. Most of my plans I anticipate succeeding with. Oh yeah, I know. You often make a backup plan for a backup plan. I'm gonna have to disagree with that one. I try to plan. I feel, see, this one, when it comes to this one, outwardly, people think I'm not calm all the time, and I'm just animated. Most of the time, I'm calm. Oh man, see, this used to be untrue, and now it's exceedingly true. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go here. Oh yeah. I've made a lot of active choices to change things about my personality. Yep. As a matter of sort of psychology, and I imagine a little bit just physiology and human nature. I understand that once you reach a certain age, your brain and your processes have pretty much formed and solidified themselves, but I also think all of it is subject to change if you want it to. It just is a matter of, like, the older you get, the more difficult it's going to be. That much is for sure. Because the longer you live according to one convention, the more difficult it becomes to try and live by another convention. The I'm really trying to think about this one because I guess it depends. No, I think I pretty well agree with that one. I'm also pretty well sentimental. Like team organizing tools. I don't like or dislike it, but I do use schedules and lists. Gonna go neutral there. Oh, no way. No. Oh, definitely. Not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analyses of creative works. Ooh, 5 seconds per question. That's not the way I operate. I don't really have a first instinct like that. I try and this is just my analysis of the language itself, you know? This is just how I operate. Creative works. I don't think... I mean, I discuss it, though. I'm going neutral there. Neither. Between these two, I'm trying to figure out how much. I'm pretty good with a daily routine. But I also I like being able to do what I want to do. Disagree. I always worry about whether I made a good impression. Yeah, I think so. I enjoy participating in group activities. It's a question of how much, though. Yeah, all right. Neutral. Yeah, that's fair. So the reason I like group activities is, number one, the social interaction that I need. And number two, again, I like hearing opposing viewpoints, and I like being able to affirm or challenge them. That's and think like I think about the stream as a group activity, you know? This is part of my motivation with the stream in the first place. So I'm okay with that. And the good thing for you as the viewer is you're looking for a streamer that you don't despise, that you don't hate, you know? I know there are going to be people that come in here that do not share my values and my opinions and my beliefs. But I still want them in here because I want to be able to address that. No doubt. No doubt. It happens all the time. But what I found to be really nice is I've had just, I mean, maybe a tiny handful, maybe 2 or 3 experiences where I actually had the opportunity to explain to someone that my challenge was directed at, that was my challenge, was to try and understand, and they took it really, really well. And that's what I'm looking for. I know people are going to misinterpret me all the fucking time. All the time. But that doesn't make my intentions any less true. And I will probably always be up for that challenge, as frustrating as it is. This is definitely a neutral. I like both. I love helping other people do things, and I love doing things. I disagree. You're prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. No. No. Yeah, this is left, right. I mean, I'm not really artistic, but I'm not artistic, you know? Like, I mean, I've done a little bit of creative artistic stuff. Definitely not. That's the catch there. I'm gonna slightly disagree. The world would be a better place if people relied more on rationality and less on their feelings. At this present moment in time, yes. Neither here nor there. It depends. I think this is true. Oh, strongly disagree. I love getting into theoretical shit, man. I love spinning out hypotheticals and go like just oh my fuck. When you engage in hypotheticals, you find out so quickly how many people's logic processes just completely break apart. Or logic systems, I mean, logic systems. Or like their specific their specific logic. I don't know how I think I might be miswording that, but I think you get the point. Oh, I'm pretty good at that. Although, yeah. Okay. Disagree. I would rather make a damn decision and get it done with. Well, although I'm going to go just a hair less because I don't want it to be hasty at the sacrifice of thorough thought process. Rarely second guess the choices I've made. I second guess all of them sometimes as I'm making them. Depends. Nah. Wrongly disagree. No, I just have an ongoing to-do list at work. Yeah, I wouldn't call it insecurity at all. I just call it awareness. No. Sometimes. Yep. All right, we're almost there. Yep. You know what? That's going to a hard agree. And that's a hard agree. No, really not. What the Nope. Nah. I think it's both. No. 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 Depends. Ooh, I'm pretty good at that. Yep. Home stretch. Yeah, we're almost there. I appreciate that you guys are so interested as to stick around. I'm literally, this is the type of shit that like I'll sit in my own head and be like, hey, fuck, is my chat bored by this? Especially because I have the fucking trauma of, you know, the 0 viewer stream over and over and over again. Yeah, fair enough. Pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more. It depends. No. Disagree. Yeah. Well, neither of those. I really don't think I buy this. Frankly. I think I'm more introverted than extroverted nowadays. I think I'm both intuitive and observant. So that's close enough, I suppose. About viewership and the alcohol. Nah, I mean, how do you guys know? What's the E part? Yeah, I'll take it again. But I feel like something like this is subject to... Oh, okay, the E is extroversion. Okay, and so you got that based on... Okay, based on some of the answers. Okay, all right, fair enough. So... Yeah, okay. Okay, so... I guess it is weird. Yeah. Okay, so this is part of what I find so interesting about personality tests and the different types of personalities is like, I think if I had it the way I wanted it to be, I would absolutely be more extroverted. But the problem is, similar to Albert, because I fucking hate people, because it's so hard to relate to them. Yeah. I find myself forced to be more introverted, or like, as a result of trauma, more introverted, you know, just, or nihilism, I suppose, when it comes to my interactions and relations with people. So, okay, fair enough. But and I don't know how you reconcile that issue and those differences. Like, I enjoy the idea of spending time with people. I just can't tolerate spending time with people. So yeah, honestly, I still think INTJ, because that whole article was like, yep. Okay. Yeah, I'll take it alone sometime, and I'll do what I usually do, which, like I said, because you said, 5 seconds-ish on each one. That's not how I operate, like, on anything. Even text messages, I'll read more than once before I respond to something. So I'll sit there and really read the question and analyze it and try to come to my understanding of it. And I'm going to process my past experiences and like the things that we're talking about and try and come up with a more pointed answer to each of the questions, which will probably take significantly longer than the, I think, 15 minutes I was just taking this. But yeah, I think it might yield a better result, or a more accurate result. Because right now, I got to agree with you, Albert. That INTJ shit was singing to me. So, like, on this one, I think I'm 50-50 on intuition and observation. I think I've got a pretty good sense of intuition, but I'm just an observant person, so I think I'm pretty quick on both of them. So I would place that at about a 50-50, closer to that than 62-38. On this one, I'm definitely more thinking by nature, but and maybe this is what influences or influenced my responses, is I've made so many active changes in my life and when it comes to my personality compared to who I used to be, because I know I had negative traits that were just not pushing me in the direction of being a happy person, and having good relationships with people. And it's funny because when I was an asshole, an arrogant asshole, I feel like I had more relationships with people. And nowadays, I genuinely try to be not arrogant and not an asshole, and I'm less relatable. Go fucking figure. But anyways, so I'm my natural decision-making process is more based on feeling or thinking than feeling. But I'm trying to even that one out too. I feel like this is pretty accurate. So, oh, okay. So now I see it. E or I, and then N for intuitive, right? I don't know what is it an O? Would it be an O for observant? And then you've got T and F, makes sense. And then J and P makes sense. Ah, A and turbulent, assertive and turbulent. Interesting. So I think I am more introverted nowadays. S for sensing. Gotcha. So that's for observant. Sensing. Okay. So I think definitely more introverted, even though I would like to not be. I am. I'm definitely more intuitive. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like being completely observant tends more towards flat earther type shit, and I got no time for that. Yeah. As I sit here and come to understand this table a little bit more, it's definitely INTJ. It like I'm not even confused about it. Although I suppose I'll ask, well, here, what is like Yeah, let me I want to know what prospecting means in this context. Yeah. People with prospecting personality trait can be slow to commit to something because of uncertainty or the potential of everything else. Now, see, I can be, but no, I'm going with INTJ as well. Yeah. Yep, that's it. And then assertive versus turbulent. Oh. Oh, fuck. What does this mean? Ooh, okay. I might be the INTJ-T. Let me go with assertive though. Oh yeah, see, I definitely get shit done. Assertive. Give me the assertive. Here we go. Assertive individuals are self-assured, even-tempered, and resistant to stress. Nope. I am INTJ-T. I don't know how the fuck this got mixed up, but no. So, going back to the beginning, though, I mean, you pretty much nailed the perception, Albert. Yeah, no, I'm definitely turbulent. Well, you know, and I guess you could say that I'm working on being more of the assertive type, but right now I'm definitely turbulent. Fair enough. Yeah, there you go. Hey, I'm curious, by the way, what market or markets do you trade? Don't need that up. INTJ. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yep. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I haven't gotten into the stock market yet, but I do have a position in Bitcoin. DMT. So, why were you trying to get that acronym to work? Because I am a psychonaut? Psycho. Oh. No, just psychonaut. Yeah, I mean, I know what DMT is. I mean, in the most basic sense that, like, I know it's a hallucinogenic, right? And I know Joe Rogan trips on DMT, right? Oh, he's going off the deep end, I tell you. Tailor of the mind. Okay. Exploration of the psyche by means of techniques such as lucid dreaming, brainwave entrainment, sensory deprivation, and the use of hallucinogenics or entheogens. Okay. Yeah, so I will say that I've experienced Molly before, and holy shit, does that, like, it changes, at least for me being the INTJ, it fucking, like, I'm firmly convinced that my first experience with that is a part of what set my character change in motion, because I saw and heard and felt things that I had never experienced before, and it just opened my mind up to the vastness that is everything, and understanding that something as simple as a chemical balance change prompted by whatever, whether it be natural or induced, has such drastic effects on the way you see things and the way you interact with things, and your general feel of everything. And it just amazed me. Yeah, it just amazed me how much that opened up my mind to that kind of thing, and trying to understand more just how crazy it is, how complex human interactions are and things like that. Yeah. So that was really cool. Really cool. Weed also does that, but to a much more subtle extent. Unless I'm in one of my ruts, or my, like, quote unquote bad states, or like bad periods in life. You know, that whole like bad trip thing. Because I am such a thinker, in all respects, if I'm not in a great spot Even weed will completely fuck up my outlook on things, and it'll make me overthink even more. So sometimes I have to be careful with that. Sometimes when I realize it's happening or I'm heading in that direction, I'll just stop early and then just ride that shit out. But yeah, so I haven't had experiences with LSD or mushrooms or DMT. LSD is on the list at some point, but that stuff naturally makes me more nervous for some reason. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, maybe you guys could talk me off the ledge on that one, or talk me into the experience or the idea of the experience more, but it sort of makes me nervous. I've had a little like experience or two with deja vu under those circumstances. I can see that. But yeah, it was interesting how I got into it, because this was years and years and years and years ago. Like, I mean, okay, I say that, but I want to say 8 years ago, 7 or 8 years ago, something like that. I decided with my home group of friends, I was going to give it a shot. I gave it the 3-strike rule, and each time it was awful. And I was like, nope, I'm done. And then it was like at least a couple years later, if not a good number, because I can't remember specifically, but I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I think I'm fucking overthinking this. Like, let's just try it and relax. And I literally had one hit, and that was the right way to start. 10 LSD trips under your belt. Yeah, I mean, hell, we go to concerts and festivals, so it'll happen at some point, I'm sure. Yeah, I would definitely want to work my way up, just because, and I think that's a big part of it, and I think that's a big part of understanding your personality type. I feel like maybe if people understood their personality types better before they went into those experiences, they might slow their fucking roll. Another pun. But like, I know for me, because I latch on to thoughts as they compound on top of one another, it would probably be a bad idea for me to just like jump into like LSD or mushrooms or anything like that, because I would be diving off of the intellectual and metaphysical deep end by doing that, on top of the fact that I'm a small dude, so that shit'll hit me hard. But yeah, I think if I am gonna try either of those things, which I think LSD is the next in line, it'll be a micro dose type of situation, so I can just like sort of dip my toes in the water and understand what I'm going to experience. I do not want to do any bad trip shit. Yep, exactly. I feel like it's that having the respect for what it is and what it can do is something a lot of people don't. They don't walk into the experience with that in mind. Like, I'll tell you, I mean, we were at Electric Forest a few years ago, and we thought we had Molly from a friend of ours, and they didn't do anything wrong. I think they probably just got ripped off. But what we had was actually, I think, sassafras, right? And it hit similar at the like onset of the roll or the experience, but then this was on the night that we wanted to go explore the forest, and we had done that before on a good Molly roll, and that's an amazing experience because there's so many different art installations and things like that. It's all fucking super cool to go look at. Obviously, there's a lot of visual stimulation, sensory overload type fun stuff. But this one time we think we had sassafras instead, and that stuff built way further than the Molly would have based on our experiences up to that point. And it like fucked me up, like not in a terrible way, but I just felt overwhelmed with shit, and like I didn't want to move. I felt like moving my body would have been way too much work. It was too much sensory overload, and we sat by a tree for it was a pretty significant amount of time, my girlfriend and me. And fortunately, we were enjoying each other's company, but I was like, I can't move right now. I don't want to move. So that was an interesting experience. We also had one time we got Molly that we're pretty sure was laced with something, and we had it on a Saturday night, and that's after being awake for the whole day because we were at a festival. Oh, see, all right, so let me tell the rest of this real quick story though first, and then I'll address what you just said. So we're pretty sure it was laced with something not good, like speed type thing, because we had a whole day, took the stuff at like around 11 because our favorite artist was coming on, enjoyed that shit, had a good night, explored the forest, and then could not for the life of us get to sleep until 5:30 in the evening the next day. It was the worst because like never before ever have I been so obviously and viscerally dead ass tired and could not fall asleep. It was so uncomfortable. Holy shit. Went to see fire. Oh yeah. Yeah, I bet fireworks would fuck you up. Holy shit. And yes, I've heard that sex is amazing on it, but I've also heard not to do that because if you do that, the sober experience will never come close. And again, yep, you gotta. And the worst part of it was we got it from a friend, and like that friend didn't mean ill or anything like that, but he was kind of like a druggie. So it, like when he gave us it, he was like, "Oh yeah, it's pretty good stuff." It made me stay awake for a little bit, but other than that, it was pretty good. That was his feedback, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we're probably okay then." And then we were up until 5:30 the next evening. It was the worst. So, yeah, learned that one. But yeah, so can confirm we'll never come close. I don't want to do that because I'm already good enough at ruining experiences by going, yeah, it's not as good as it was before. That's true, but that's a little bit of a fallacious comparison or analogy. I get what you're going for. Yeah, you can still enjoy both of those things for sure, but the real issue is if you had your choice between filet mignon and a burger, would you take a burger like ever? No. I mean, I can't imagine anyone would actually take a burger over a filet, like a just a nice medium rare tender ass filet mignon. Well, I know. Yeah, that's fair. You do have your own experience. I'm nervous that if I engaged in that experience, did I just cut out for a second? Hello? Oh. No, yeah, can you see me now? Hello? Okay, all right. Okay. No. It was me, not you. No, that one was definitely me. I saw my Streamlabs just said stream disconnected, attempting to reconnect, and I was like, what the hell? Okay. Well, anyways, we're back. So yeah, I'm just, man, I'm nervous about that one. And I don't know that I really feel the need to try that experience. I don't know. I mean, perhaps you could push me further in that direction, but at the moment, I'm pretty gun shy on that. Okay, well that's good. I mean, that is fair. I suppose I could see myself getting there. Well, wait, aren't you an INTJ as well? Well, that is true. That is true. And technically, oh, you were. Okay. And you are. Oh, that's right. Did you say. That's right. Okay. Okay. So now an IS. Back to the. Oh, here we go. Introverted, observant. Is it the observant or the prospecting that would give you that? Oh yeah, I'm sure at least in part, for sure. Or I think definitely in part. Wouldn't be entirely. I hope. Well, but I mean, like, is it the culmination of all of those traits that tends you more towards, um, living for novel experiences and, you know, just trying things without worrying so much about consequence? Like, what I want to know what differentiates your not concern, not, strong concern for consequences versus mine, where like I'm like almost constantly thinking about consequences. Yeah, and maybe. So, can I ask how old are you? Okay, so you're a few years older, and my guess is even engaged in psychedelics to a greater extent uh, than myself. I bet the ranch on that being the case, and so I think that's probably uh, what explains where you are now. Yeah. So if I had to I had to make a bold prediction, I wouldn't be surprised if I end up more in your position 7 years from now, right? Or 7 to 10 years from now as I go through my own transformative journey. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Well, I will say this. Pretty cool that you're moving to Chicago because we're really not far away from there, or not that far away from there. And, we'll have occasions to go up there. So maybe we can actually meet each other at some point in the future. Right? In the greater Indy area is what I say on stream, so as not to dox myself. I've been to Hammond. Wait, what do you mean? How did I dox myself? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but by saying what? What did I do? Or doing what? Oh, I don't mind people knowing my name. So I guess if yeah, I don't mind that. I tell people my name on stream. I just don't want to dox my specific address or anything like that unless someone really wants to go dig for it. I mean, you can take my name, I guess. Okay. Yeah, no problem for the advice on the contract for sure. And I appreciate the good luck. I don't know how I would fix the lag on the chat. It interests me that you see it around 10 seconds earlier than it shows up on screen, because it doesn't do that on my end. But do you have any idea? Okay, all right. So maybe I'll look into it a little bit, but I'm genuinely not sure that is even something I can fix. I'm not sure at all. Because I've tried to put the low latency settings on wherever I find them, but oh yeah, I think that's always the case. Let me ask you this: are you how long have you been on Twitch? Because I'm pretty sure that's just sort of the way it is, for one reason or another. I'm not saying it's like having a convo with someone on the moon. I feel like it would take a little longer than 10 seconds, but yeah, it might just be a Twitch thing. Like, hell, maybe we can do an experiment sometime, because when I stream, I also am multi-streaming. Moon would be faster? What? That's cool. Okay, it might be a Twitch thing then. Anyways, I multi-stream to Facebook and YouTube as well, all Viper at Law. So maybe look me up on one of those and try typing something in chat and seeing if the delay is different. About 1 second per 400,000 kilometers. Whoa, damn. Well, that does explain the low latency when you are playing like a game like League of Legends or something with players across the world. Well, actually, I mean, I know there's servers and shit like that. I think I just completely butchered what I said, but whatever. You get the point. How about having a fucking Skype video call with someone across the world? There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, I know. I also know I can't change the settings while I'm streaming. So I'll see if I can. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'll see if I can do something to fix it. And if not, then I'll tell you to quit bitching about it next time we talk. Crazy. Oh, you used to live in Chicago too? Nice. Okay. And you are in Texas now, right? Or like, oh, that's right. That's right. Right. I remember that. My bad. I think this is another one of those things. I try and put too much effort into like remembering other people's details and I just can't. So I fucking misrecall shit. And a curse or what? All right. Yep. Sounds good. I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks again for the tip. Glad I could help. Thanks for hanging out and chatting. I look forward to even more experiences in the future. Holy fuck. Brain fart. Yeah. It's just. You know what I meant, right? Yep. That's one of the things that amazes me about the human brain. How we can be so adaptable overall, and we can learn so many things and get amazingly precise on something like golf, for example. It amazes me how precise the human body can be. And then the human brain will fuck up just saying stuff. Oh man, gotta love it. Well, you know what? A while ago, I'm gonna end up playing the Resident Evil Village gameplay demo, but I think I'll save that for tomorrow. Or, I mean, another day, actually. Probably over the... Forgot we have something going on tomorrow. Okay. You know what? Now that I think about it, probably a pretty good time to go ahead and wrap it up for the evening. I gotta pee again anyways. I broke the seal with the beer. All right, sweet. Yeah, let's break here. Yeah, glad you have Discord, both of you. I'm gonna have to make my own server, I think. That way, we've all just got a unified place to talk shit to each other, and ask questions, things like that. I can have like a different channel for legal questions, all that. Yeah. Well, I'll make one of those sometime. All right, sounds good, man.